Hello, you amazing human beings, and I want to say welcome back to the first goals video of 2023, and it's March. Basically, I was so into where I was at in December and January, and I got goal setting, goal planning. Then I had a therapy session, and my therapist was like, do you not think you might have gone a bit too far with your goals and the way you feel when you don't achieve them, blah blah blah. So I doubted them, and so I didn't record anything in January and February about any of my goals or anything, and I kind of like, my goals were in the background of my brain, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing with my goals. And I've just got to the point where I'm just like, my goals are my goals. I've set them. I'm happy with them, so that should be what matters. So here we are. I've got over my self-doubt basically, and I'm going to share my goals. It feels a bit scary because my therapist thinks it's a bit much. Well, you guys think it's a bit much as well. Will you be like, these are impossible things? Who knows? Let's see. I have changed my homepage a little bit, and things have changed overall. So I have created some March intentions and affirmations for myself because it felt like a really good thing to do for the start of the month, because I was feeling really down and really not with it. So my March intentions and affirmations are: create more than you consume, more fresh air and walks in nature, tiny steps can get you closer to your end goal than you think, the worst thing you can do is not write, I'm not my negative thoughts, finding time to read comes easily for me. Because I've been struggling, I normally read so much. I'm so behind in, like, not behind, but I'm just like, I normally read loads and I just haven't been reading. So, and I found that difficult because that's like my biggest form of self-care and is really good for me. And the fact that I've not been making time to read is really difficult. So yeah, I've got that up there, and I see them every time I log into my homepage, which is amazing. Then I've got some reminders which were there before. I don't know if you saw them. I think this might have been something that I did in the new year, but be kind to yourself daily, be here now, there's no rush, good things take time, go beyond. If you get that reference, do let me know. The worst thing you can do is not write. Again, that's there. And happiness is a journey, not a destination. And that one is so much there because it's so true. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. So I think the biggest things we look at are my goals and my content trackers, and that's about it really. There's not much to do in my March. It's Endometriosis Awareness Month, so there will be hopefully a couple of videos coming out about that. It's my old university housemate's birthday this month, so I need to drop him a message and, you know, see how he's doing. And I had a hospital appointment which has been cancelled and been delayed until April, which has kind of thrown me because I have this big thing happening where I'm coming off my fake menopause and everything, and I kind of need to know what's happening with the HRT, and everything finishes on the 4th of April, but my appointment isn't until later in the month, so I'm kind of like, what am I supposed to do? So I need to ring his secretary and see what's going on there. The only other thing down here that is new is that SBASC page, which I'm not ready to share yet, so I won't be sharing any of that. And I'll tell you, I'll be really honest, I've not been writing my exercise down into my Notion planner unless it's been on my exercise bike. So I'm really behind, and even then I don't think I've tracked everything, so I'm really behind, so I need to reset that. So we're going to look at my goals and my content calendar. Sorry, content tracker, not my content calendar, my content tracker. Okay, so we'll go with goals first. So I use Alexis's templates and then kind of edit them to suit my needs as well, because she has amazing goal templates. So one thing that I've added this year is a great things that happened 2023, and I've not done February's, I'm literally just putting in one kind of like businessy career kind of good thing and one life thing. And so in January it was that I made plans and I made goals, but I took a really slow approach to the whole new year thing and didn't feel stressed about it. And that was the business thing. And then in the life thing, we got our gas back after 3 weeks and I managed to have a hot bath and it was amazing. And I haven't put February's in, so yeah, I'll try and show you that in April's. In my past years, all that stuff is there. And yeah, not going to go through that because we've already done all that stuff. So we're going to get into 2023. Okay, so I did actually set goals before I set intentions, but I set goals that helped me make my intentions. So I'm going to show. So originally what happened was I decided I was going to do 23 goals for 2023 because I thought that seemed really simple and really easy, and I will quickly share because quite a few of them have made it onto the other side. I think I came up with 21 goals, and this was what I originally shared with my therapist. And I didn't even share all the 23 goals. I just shared like maybe 10 of them. And she was like, do not think it's a bit much. So as you can see, there's quite a few of them. I'm not going to go into them in this one because most of them do fall into my actual finished list. So I'm gonna go with intentions first. Okay, so my 2023 intentions are: follow my wildest dreams, go beyond, be financially independent, be successful and happy, sustain myself on Substack and YouTube for base income, open my circle and put myself out there. So they are my intentions for this year, and none of them really can be things that you can tick off or anything like that, which is the whole point of intentions. They're not tick off, they're kind of like guiding ideas and things, and I feel quite happy and good with those intentions. If you set any intentions this year, do let me know, because I quite like intentions. They're a bit different. So my 2023 goals, I'm just going to try and move this across a bit so you can see a bit more. See. Yeah, season was the last one. That's fine. Just going to make this box a bit smaller so I can fit it all on. So originally what I'd done was I had created the goal, and then I'd created the category, and I'd also put in the season, because some of the things that I want to do are seasonal and not something that I want to do in the winter. And so I didn't want to see the goal and be like, oh, why haven't I started that yet, blah blah blah. And then I saw somebody else's goals. I cannot remember whose they were, so I'm really sorry, but they'd put like a why box, like why you've got that goal. And I think that's like a really good thing to help motivate you and keep you going, and really helpful. And then I put in a percentage bar tracker and a status thing to help track what was going on and where things are going. So my first few are career business related. So let's just get them over the way, okay? Build a joyful, feel-good business that supports me financially, emotionally, and physically, which feels a lot. I haven't put a why there because it's pretty obvious why. And like it's not started, but I've put a percentage in there already. So yeah, let's just go with it. My next one was 40 new inspiring clients, and 40 seemed like a good number to aim for. I'm not quite sure if it's too low, it's too high. I've got a couple of different ways, like I've got 3 or 4 different ways my business could turn out this year, and a couple of them do have working with clients. And so I thought that giving myself a number of people to work with seemed like a good thing, especially considering like when I set this, it was back in like January. And then the idea was to publish 6 case studies, and the idea for that was wanting to share and inspire others with clients' epic journeys and achievements, and to help kind of like build the referral thing going, and to make my business just feel a bit better. Write a book. I started writing Project MJ in the summer of 22, but I let self-doubt and overwhelm get to me, but I enjoyed writing it and want to try and finish it. I think I got somewhere between 6,000 to 11,000 words into it. It's not going to be a massive book. I plan to completely self-publish it and everything, so I want to get back into writing it. I don't know if it's something that's going to come out this year at all, but I just want to get back into writing because I found it really helpful and really soothing, as you'll have seen on my homepage, because it says that the worst thing you can do is not write. So I've got hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Grateful for everyone who watches, but I want to expand my reach. So yes, I do want to keep building my YouTube channel and keep growing it. And, you know, one of my intentions was to put myself out there more. So that's what I'm trying to do. And obviously to reach 4,000 hours of watch time, which is a big milestone for a channel. And obviously that is when you can start kind of like monetizing your channel as well. So that would be kind of fun. So my goal was to try and post 40 videos this year, which feels like it's probably not going to be possible now because we're like middle of March and it's probably less than 40 weeks left in the year now. So yeah, so might have to reassess that one. Published 52 Substack feel good letters. So I have been writing on Substack since December. I sadly just took a 3-week break because of my mental health. I've written about that as well, so I'll link that below. And I would like to start earning some money from Substack as well. So at the moment, if you sign up to it, you would just be helping fund. There's nothing paid only at the moment because I'm only a couple of months in. There's not a lot of content, so I wanted to have a bit more content out there before I started putting things behind the paywall. But you currently can pay £3 a month or £30 for the year to help support me while I put the stuff out there, and things will be put behind a paywall hopefully soon. The plan was originally it was going to be the end of February, but like I didn't really write anything in February, so I feel bad, so I didn't want to put anything behind a paywall when I've not written anything for a while. So the next ones are kind of like health and mindfulness ones, and they are to challenge myself with my exercise and my exercise routine, because that's something that is really helpful for me and really helps my mental health, my physical health and everything, especially with wanting to lose weight this year as well. So I've got do 30 days of Pilates, want to get back into the habit of doing Pilates. It's really good for me. It really does help me. It helps my back, it helps tone me up a bit more, and it's a good challenge. So yeah, I need to pick a month to do that as well. Do 30 days of exercise bike. I want to push myself with what I can achieve. I don't go on it as much as I should do at the moment as well. And 30 days of planking. I want to push and test and strengthen myself, and I enjoy planking, so yeah, I want to build up my planking resistance. I got it up to like 45 seconds I think last year, and now I'm back down to like 20-30 seconds, so yeah, it's one of those things. And then I have an open one, do 30 days of something, and I'm not sure what something's going to be. It could be a mixture of something, or it could be walking. I'm not sure, but I've got an open one as well. I want to finish my journal therapy course, which I haven't done any this year, which is really bad. The pass rate is 60% and I've got 100 on the previous 4 modules, so I only have a few more to go to finish it. And if I put myself out there and do it a bit more and stuff, I'll get there. Read 12 self-development books this year. Reading is one of the best ways to invest in yourself. I've started it, it's in progress, and I have finished in January. I read The Curated Wardrobe. I got it on Kindle Unlimited, I rented it, and I did enjoy it. Probably about 3.5 stars. I didn't finish anything in February, but I've started several books, so hopefully I can finish a couple of them in March, which will help. Journal 200 times, and literally my response to this is journaling is life. I love journaling. Writing is so helpful to me, and journaling is another one of my best forms of self-care, like baths, journaling, reading, exercise, getting out for walks, spending time with my husband, and doing my paint by numbers. Those are things that are really, really good for my self-care and for my mental health. So I have put a table in here because I'm a little geek, and then I've also worked out the percentage of the month and stuff. So basically all I wanted to do was say that I've journaled 200 times this year. So in January I only journaled 18 times, and that works out at 58%, so it's not too bad. And I ended up writing 45 pages in those 18 times that I journaled in total, which the pages is just for me, just for like a little bit of a geeky thing to see how much I'm actually writing and filling up. In February I journaled 15 times, which I think shows that I was struggling with my words and how I was feeling, because that's pretty low for me. It's not the lowest it's ever been, but it's pretty low. It comes out at 53%, which actually isn't too bad considering, I suppose, January is a 28-day month. And I wrote 23 pages, which in contrast to that is like half really. So yeah, I'm on progress. So I've journaled 33 times out of 200 at the moment. So that's not bad at all. I then have a goal to go on 4 to 6 solo dates, and I was like, where, when, ideas, and I have none. So if you have any ideas or anything you can do for a solo date with yourself, I do have one that I think would be really cool, would be to go into Manchester and go visit a museum in Manchester on my own, but I'm not at that confidence level yet where I feel like I can do that. So I want to start small. So maybe starting small is just going out for a hot chocolate or going out for lunch on my own or something like that. I'm not sure. Where I can just like take a book or take my journal or something and just start small. Yeah. So if you have any ideas for solo dates, let me know. Just the idea for doing this as well is just to build my self-confidence about doing stuff on my own and just being on my own really. And my next one is to meditate for 30 days. Because I find it helpful and supportive for my mind, but I'm really, really, really out of practice. The funny thing is, I haven't built a table for this either yet because I haven't got there. But the funny thing is that I meditated so much more when I was sicker. Like, isn't that ironic? The sicker I was, the more I meditated. I would just sometimes open the app and just lay in bed and just breathe and just clear my mind, and I do it for like, sometimes I do it for up to like 2 hours. It was ridiculous how much and how much I did it and stuff. But I suppose at the time I was in pain, it was really difficult for me, and I needed it a lot more then than compared to what I do now maybe. Although like I say, I'm struggling with my mental health, so maybe it would help. I was really umming and ahhing about whether or not to meditate for 30 days or to do EFT tapping for 30 days. But I picked meditate. So I haven't started that. I really probably should need to do that, and maybe decide if they're going to be consecutive days or if they're going to be not consecutive, if that makes sense. If I'm just going to do 30 days in total, which I probably will do because I don't think I could meditate for 30 days in total. Don't know unless you try though. So quarterly reviewing is something that I really actually want to do a separate video on. My why is to make it a bigger thing because it's super helpful and supportive for myself. So basically, I used to be in this group coaching / membership during 2020, and every quarter we would do a quarterly review, and it was so helpful and it was really good, and I miss doing it. So my plan is to, I think you might have seen it on the goals page, is to basically do quarterly review videos and make it a thing where I have to show up on video to do these quarterly reviews because I'm holding myself accountable to it. So quarterly reviewing, I don't find monthly reviewing helpful because a lot can happen in a month and a lot can sidetrack you. And like, I lost 3 weeks in February due to my mental health like being really low and really bad. So, you know, you can lose a lot in just a month. So whereas 3 months feels like a better chunk, really. Start a pension. I put life, don't have one, need one, must start it this year. So my husband, I'm 37, my husband's turning 37 this year also. We are heading towards 40. I don't have a pension. I've been self-employed for 8 years, and it really seems like a good time to start one because it's something that my husband's thinking about and worrying about and being concerned about. So I found somewhere to do a pension where I am self-employed, and I just need to figure out how much money I'm going to put into it and all that stuff. So yeah, I've put reach growth goal. I have a scary goal for how much money I want to earn this year, and literally my wise scary numbers goal is if you have heard of Sam Laura Brown on the Perfectionism Project podcast, every year she talks about having a big growth goal that's scary. I don't think it's always money, but hers has always been money, and hers has always been a lot of money, like 200,000, million, those sort of numbers. Mine is nothing like that. Mine is really small in comparison. I don't feel comfortable sharing it right now, so I'm not going to, so sorry, but it's there, and I am like the minuscule of starting to get anywhere close to it at the moment. Then I've got Explore Manchester. We live just outside of Manchester, and I really need to kick my butt into gear and get into Manchester more often and build my confidence in travelling and being in the city centre and being around more people again and just being a normal human being, basically. And like going for places to eat and drink and going for, you know, there's so many tea houses and so many amazing places to eat in Manchester. So I really want to do that and be doing that with my husband, and when any of his family come to visit, and doing that with them. And then I would really like to start learning Spanish or French when we go on holiday with my in-laws. We have twice gone to different parts of Spain, and so, you know, it would be quite helpful, I think, to start learning Spanish. But I've always wanted to learn French. I've also wanted to learn Italian, but I don't feel like Italian's as easy as French because I did that at GCSE French. And so I have like basically an understanding. And then Spanish, I don't know if that's hard or not to learn, but like I say, we go on holiday Spain, so it feels like it would be more helpful. So yeah, so there are my goals. Ironically, they ended up being 23 goals for 23, a mix of life, health, work. I had put it in as like mindfulness and career and community, but I think they kind of like don't necessarily fit all that. So yeah, so we will slowly be progressing with these, and then they're all amazing goals and so much fun. And then I also decided to have a bucket list, which is, for me, a bucket list is things that I would like to do, but they're not a massive goal, and it's not a big deal if I don't achieve them. I didn't actually write in it, so I'm going to come back to that for next month. But it would be things like, you know, go to somewhere to eat in Manchester, go visit a museum in Manchester, turn my dad's jumper into a cushion, you know, those sorts of little things like that. Maybe make a denim skirt, that kind of thing. And then that's my quarterly reviewing board that I haven't finished, so I'm not going to share that. I haven't written a letter to myself, and I haven't done a new vision board. I will come back to yearly growth. No, let's do yearly growth now. Oh, I've not put anything in. So yeah, we won't do yearly growth. So I also was trying to set some goals, 40 before 40 goals, but I didn't really get anywhere with it, so I've left that at the moment. So monthly goals for March are write, launch and book 4 spaces for the Feel Good sessions, launch energy tracker template, reassess Bloom a year of you, which is a group program I'm thinking of running, finish my Fox Crown paint by numbers. I don't know why there's a space there, I don't know what was going to go there. Work on my journal therapy course, read 3 self-development books, stay off chocolate. I gave up chocolate for Lent, and I'm on day, I don't know, 18 or something, and I'm doing really well staying off chocolate. I think the funny thing about that is I didn't realise it didn't include Sundays, and that's how it gets it to 40 days between Shrove Tuesday, Ash Wednesday. So Ash Wednesday to Good Friday, that is actually longer than 40 days. So I've actually gone way longer than 18 days already, but technically 18 days. And I think I was going to add a couple more goals, but I can't remember what they were. So yeah, they're still a really good set of goals that I have there that I'm happy with, that feel good, basically. And content trackers, so we can see how badly I'm failing. So I don't think, did we see December's? I can't remember. I don't think we did. So obviously I didn't post anything in January and February, so that means that everything is down, everything is not looking good, and that's fine. I understand that, that's fine. There's no big deal about that. So December I started to do Vlogmas and I struggled with it, and then we lost gas, and so I quit because I was just cold and miserable and I didn't want to get dressed. I couldn't get a proper wash unless every 3 days we were going to our next door neighbour to get a shower and wash my hair, and it was -8. I was miserable. I was wearing fluffy loungewear and pyjamas and just being not happy. So everything took a nosedive after like the middle of December, I think it was, something like that. So December's watch time was 11.2, January's was 1.4 and February's was 0.8. The views in December were 252, so they were doing really well. So, you know, I could have capitalised on that if we hadn't lost gas. I think things would have been a lot better. I probably wouldn't have completed Vlogmas still, but things would have been better and I still would have been creating content in January and February, I think. Although, like I say, I've had mental health struggles, and yeah, so views were 252 in December, 36 in January and 37 in February. So they're really, really low. Actually not really, really low. They're back to like November's. So yeah, doing Vlogmas was obviously really a good idea in December because it got everything up. Where I was going to be like, I'm not going to do no more Vlogmas because it's just too hard and I didn't have a plan and I failed. But I think looking at it, that I wouldn't do every day. I would do like either every other day or the 12 days, which I think is still every other day, for Vlogmas instead of doing that. So yeah, the only other thing that I have to show you that has changed that I think is a bit more fun is my capsule wardrobe page. I have added like a style profile page, an outfit logging page, a wardrobe page, and a shopping goals and values page. I'm not going to show you any of these bits because I'm going to be doing a separate video on them, which I think will be more helpful in that sort of thing. And then I've kind of just separated the capsule wardrobe and the trips where I've written down what I wore and when I wore it and things like that. So yeah, I think that is everything in my Notion homepage, really. I've moved the weekly agenda and the working on under this line here because I've just not been using them. And I added this daily must-do list. I've not been checking in with it very regularly. Basically what I have is I've created a little shortcut app on my phone, so I can just click onto it and it'll take me directly to the daily must-do list. And so it's exercise, get dressed, write, get out of the house, journal, read self-development book for 10 minutes or 10 pages, read a romance book in the evening, and a reminder not to overeat or snack. And so I kind of tick them off during the day as I kind of as I remember to do them and stuff like that. And the one that I haven't been doing the most is write, and that makes me sad because basically it's writing for my Substack or writing for my project MJ, which is my book. And I have journal separately as something different because I feel like writing and journaling is something different. And then under that is just a reminder that I want to be working on my feel good emails on Substack. I want to be working on my YouTube channel, writing my project MJ, and originally they were called Wellbeing Resets, but that's kind of changing as well. So that's a shortcut that I put on my phone that just helps keep me a bit more accountable, and it's a daily reminder, so I pop in there often. And the only other one is books, just so you can see. I've got my 23 list already up and running. Haven't put February's books in there at the moment. There you can see the created wardrobes in there. I've also added like a reread section, so I can basically see how many times I'm rereading books, because I noticed that a lot last year, that I was rereading a lot of my favourite books, which I've read that when you have, I don't know if it's true or not, or if it's a factual thing, but I've read on Instagram that if you have anxiety, that watching or reading or doing your favourite things brings comfort, you know, like where you watch the same film over and over and over again. And I kind of felt that maybe I did that a lot last year with books, and not to discount the books that I was reading, because I was still reading a lot. I read over 200 books last year, so I'm not, you know, feeling bad about rereading or anything, but I wanted to keep track this year of what I was rereading, what was a new to me author, and what was a non-fiction book. And you can see there are quite a few rereads already. I'm also like, this is where I said I'm behind, like I haven't finished adding February's books in here, but I added a few that I had read previously, and I'm only up to 27 books. I don't know what this is, this needs to move, but I'm only up to 27 books, which is like not really a lot, because I would normally be up to like at least 40, if not more at this point. Like maybe, like considering we're like nearly the 15th of March, I would be up to like maybe 50 books already. So I think that just shows that I'm struggling with a lot of stuff at the moment, like probably my anxiety is making it difficult for me to read. And yeah, same as usual, I have my books to read self-help list, so if I can pick a book to read, and I put in the percentage because most of them are on my Kindle. When I bought the book, if it's a physical book or a digital book, and then if there's any notes that I want to add on there. And I was starting a book club with a friend and we didn't end up running it, and there was another book club that I was going to join and then didn't end up joining. So that is pretty much everything, because like I say, I've not been keeping on top of my exercise stuff at the moment. So yeah, that is my entire March goal planning, goal setting. I've done a lot behind the scenes this time instead of doing everything on camera, which I think slows it down a little bit. So I'd love to know, you know, have you set any intentions? Have you set in some goals that scare you this year? Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!